Today I want to talk to you about first mods done on my FL5 and maybe why you might want to avoid a couple of them. But before that, she needs a bath, so let's get her cleaned up real quick. I use a 3-bucket method, and I'll explain to you what each one of these buckets do. This is for the paint. That's to rinse off the dirty mitt once I do a section of paint with the first mitt in the first bucket. That's a 3rd bucket, separate bucket for wheels, and a separate mitt for the wheels. I use a foam cannon with a pressure washer. Really basic. I know some of you struggle with getting foam out of your foam cannons. This is like the easiest way to generate foam, and this is from Griot's Garage. I forget the exact name for this foam cannon, but this foams like crazy. And there's a dial on the side to dial up the foam up and down. I even have it turned down to about half because it foams pretty good, and you guys will see that in a minute. That is how thick your foam should look, okay? Not this watery ass shit that I see you guys posting on social media. You can't even tell the color of this paint where the foam is at, okay? That's how thick your foam should be. Just a quick drink break while we let the foam do its thing. And I don't care what none of y'all say. I am not a hardcore Dustin Williams fanboy. Just kidding. I love Dustin Williams. If I could choose to be anybody in this YouTube car world, it would be that guy. He's done some amazing things on his channel and for the community, so shout out to him. But having said that, I am a little disappointed in my boy, okay? Because I met him a couple of years ago when he was at Laguna Seca with, God, I forget what car it was. Oh, it was the S2000. He was out there with the Spoon S2000. It was already wrapped and pretty much done. And I knew he was going to be there, so I met him out there with my Type R. And you know, I showed him my Type R, my 2018, and it was all built by then, dialed in. I knew the issues. I talked to him about it. And despite me sharing everything I know about that platform with Dustin, he goes and modifies the holy hell out of his FK8, puts all kinds of stupid power through the drivetrain, and then blows a motor. Really, dude? Really? Really? You are surrounded, and I'm not gonna take all the credit for that because I'd be naive to think that he heard a single word I said. But you are surrounded by people in the business, shops, everything that would advise against some of the things you did. Now, unless you did all of that to purposely blow your motor, ooh, controversial, I know. Unless you purposely did all that to blow your motor for YouTube content, I really hope not. I really hope not, because I like you, my boy, and I want to, you know, I'm gonna keep watching you, but please don't start doing that shit if you did do that on purpose just for YouTube content, because I'm going to be supremely disappointed. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and just chalk it up to a stupid mistake. But really, There's plenty of info out there, okay? Before you go screwing up another FK8 motor, talk to people, figure it out. Because you don't have to make those mistakes before making that car amazing. Okay, anyways, back to washing. Fresh, clean, black car. There are a few things in life more satisfying than that. So let's get right into it. Okay, I want to talk to you today about the first mods that I've done to my FL5 Type R so far. If you've been following along, then most of you probably already know, but I just kind of want to summarize here, okay? So let's go back into the garage for this because some of you know, some of you don't. In this box right here are a set of brand new TE37 Saga SLs. I know it says Advan Racing GT on the box. Those wheels are on the car right now. But in here are the TE37s. Now, I absolutely destroyed 2 of the 4 wheels hitting a curb at a high speed. Well, high-ish speed for a 90-degree city street turn. Okay, I just miscalculated a little bit and I smashed into the curb and it destroyed 2 wheels. So in a panic, and fortunately so, I reached out back to my buddy who I bought my first set of wheels from, and he had a set of Advan GTs. And I love Advan wheels, I always have. And I'm actually kind of glad I ended up with these wheels. They look absolutely fantastic. So these are 18 by 9.5 plus 45 offset, 265, 35, 18 tire, and I like them. I love them. In fact, I think the bronze looks fantastic on the FL5. So got the wheels, got the tires, and the car is lowered on Eibach Pro Kit. Now here's the first of what I would say is a mistake. So that the car is still on Eibach springs, but these springs are meant for the FK8, not for the FL5. So although these springs work for the FL5, I don't recommend them. I don't recommend doing this because the rear spring is too short for the FL5. I think the proper spring length is longer, or should be longer, for the FL5 versus the FK8. A little more suspension travel in the rear for this new generation, and that's a good thing, especially for a racetrack. And if I were to raise the car up, which I'm not going to do right now, but if I were to raise the car up, or if I could get underneath the car far enough, which I can't, you'll see that the rear springs are almost fully compressed as it sits right now, because it's just not the right spring for the FL5. So does it fit? Yes. Does it work? Yes. Can you daily drive on it? Yeah. But if you're driving aggressively and if you plan on tracking your FL5, I would not recommend driving aggressively or tracking on the FK8 Eibach Pro Kit springs, because they're just not, they're not the right springs for the FL5. I kept them on there for now because at least the car is lowered a little bit. It still looks good. You know, it's still a great looking setup. But I'm definitely not going to be tracking as it sits right now on this suspension setup. I've got something much bigger coming up ahead that you guys will definitely be a part of. Okay, so anyways, just wanted to point that out. And probably one of my favorite mods to do in any of my cars is a shift knob. More specifically, Acuity. I love Acuity products. They make absolutely the best shifter gear for Hondas, in my opinion, on the market. There isn't a short shifter in this car yet. Acuity hasn't developed it yet, but I imagine that's going to be coming relatively soon, as they now have their own in-house FL5 that they can develop off of. But this is the ESCO titanium shift knob with titanium collar, okay, and a little shifter charm. This thing is cool as hell, guys. And I mean, every time I look at it, it brings a smile to my face. And one thing I didn't realize, this particular charm here, I believe this translates to happy shifting. Maybe you guys will correct me in the comments below. But when I saw this on the website, this sheen right here, this color, looked black to me. But it's actually purple. Maybe you guys can see it on camera. See if I can get it to... Yeah, maybe you guys can see the color right there. Okay, and it just so happens to match so perfectly with the titanium shift knob. I'm so happy how this turned out. Now, one thing you want to notice, or one thing you want to note, is if you get one of these charms for yourself, I made the mistake of just throwing it on wherever on the shift knob. I think I had it in this front corner here, and every time I shifted it, I would kind of nick it, and it bugged the hell out of me. I was actually thinking about removing it because it felt like it was just getting in the way. But when I talked to Podium with Acuity, he told me to make sure it's in this back corner here. So obviously you're shifting with your right hand. If you put it here in this kind of let's call it the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock position, if you're looking at it from above, and this was a clock, about the 7 to 8, 7:30 position, let's call it, you don't even notice it's there. You can shift as usual and you don't even notice it's there, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I don't think it clashes with the interior at all, because it's kind of the titanium is kind of a blend of colors. It is mostly purple, but it's kind of a gradient, you know. And this the shape of this is perfect. The ESCO shift knobs have always been one of my favorite shaped shifters on the market, so very happy with that. Just a quick fun video for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay hungry, stay fast, stay tuned. I'm Michael Baxi, and I'm out.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh, look who's reaching out. Old friends wanna feature now. They don't work, so they need it free. Ooh, you reaching out from the west side of that old town.